Hey guys, I just wanted to come on and do a really quick update on how it's been going without my hormonal birth control. Obviously nothing has happened because I just took it out this past Wednesday. It is now Saturday, so I took it out 3 days ago and my period started yesterday, so nothing crazy is going to happen. I don't think anything is going to happen if it does for the next few months. I'm actually pretty curious to see if I will get a period the next time, just because I'm not putting my birth control back in and my hormones aren't doing what they're normally doing. So I'm super curious to see how this goes. It'll probably be a more interesting update next time when I'm supposed to have a period. We'll see if I actually do. But every single day I've been taking all the supplements that Dr. Jolene Brighton recommends for my personal deficiencies. Mine was, if I can remember, it was low estrogen, too little estrogen, and too little thyroid hormone. I haven't looked into the thyroid hormone part of it. I think I'm gonna go to a naturopathic doctor and have them draw my blood and test my thyroid because I've never done that before, and I think that's probably better than to try to mess with that on my own. But for the low estrogen part, I've been taking all of the supplements like vitamin E, magnesium, fish oil, probiotics, ashwagandha, just all of these supplements every day. I've been taking religiously for probably the last week, maybe 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks now, to see if that can kickstart my hormones normalizing post birth control. So I'm hoping that helps a lot. I've also been eating super healthy. I don't normally not eat super healthy. I'd say I'm like a 90-10 healthy eater. 90% of the time, maybe 85% of the time I'm eating pretty clean and healthy, and like the rest of the time I'm, doing what I want, drinking some wine, drinking some tequila, eating pizza, having ice cream, enjoying life. But I've been just trying to be extra good and extra careful about what I put into my body, specifically just because things like dairy and alcohol and sugar and gluten, they all have an impact on our hormones. And so I've just been trying to eliminate as much as I can. I haven't had a drop of alcohol in like 2 weeks until last night, and I had 1 glass of wine and that's it. That's new for me, but I think it's also a blessing in disguise as well, because I generally don't like the way alcohol makes me feel anyway, and I don't like waking up hungover, and I don't like how it makes me tired and sleepy, and it makes me eat. I've been trying to eat a lot less sugar, but I'm totally one of those girls who eats dessert after I love dessert after dinner, and not after every meal, but after dinner. It's just like I need something sweet, and it's hard to let go of that, so I'll try to do smaller portions of, like a quarter of a pint of ice cream instead of the whole pint. Stuff like that. I'm just trying to eliminate my excess processed sugar that I don't need. And I've also been adding a bunch of extra veggies to my diet. I'm a vegetarian already, so that's not that hard, but I've just been adding more and more, specifically cruciferous vegetables like kale, broccoli, and I can't think, Brussels sprouts. I'll add maca powder to my smoothies, a ton of spinach, plant-based protein powder, a lot of sweet potatoes, a lot of fruit, nuts and seeds. That's basically how I eat every day. Look at him. Anywho, so I'm trying to add a lot more healthy into my diet, healthier than I already have been, and then eliminate unnecessary things like I don't drink during the weeks, and I try honestly not to drink on the weekends anymore at all. Trying to eliminate my processed food intake, trying to eliminate my sugar intake, just all those things. So that's gonna help in the long run normalize my hormones when I go into the first month of being off of birth control, second month, third month, fourth month, because a lot of chaos can happen to your body when you do that. So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to try to be preemptive about it and just use it as an excuse to just eat even healthier and take better care of my body, why not? Another thing that I've really been liking is tracking everything on the Glow app that I talked about in my last video, and I linked it below. I'll link it again in this one just in case you didn't see that before, but the Glow app is like a fertility tracking app, and you basically put in when your period is, and then it'll tell you when you're ovulating and when you have a high risk for pregnancy, so when you should use extra protection, when you are sexually active, or if you're wanting to get pregnant, that's when you should be having sex the most. Basically, I'm kind of trying to use this as a form of alternative birth control. And it's really interesting tracking all of these things. Like, it'll ask you anything from like your body temperature from when you wake up very first thing in the morning. I'll take my body temperature and I'll log that in there. You can input your weight. So I just bought a scale. So it'll be interesting to see if I drop weight or stay the same within the next few months. But I kind of just want to weigh myself once a week and see what happens. I'm very actually truly just curious. It'll also track things like, did you have sex today? Yes, no, whatever. You can input that. You can input your symptoms. Are you feeling do you have cramps? Do you have sore boobs? Do you whatever. It's kind of cool because you don't really track this. Like, you know, when you get to a certain time of the month, you start getting moody, or you start getting a lot more hungry and snacky, or you just start getting, turning into like a raging bitch. But this will help track it throughout the month so that you can see a pattern. It's just kind of a cool way of tracking it. So that's been fun to look at and see the data so far. So I'm excited to keep doing that for a long period of time. But other than that, I don't have any updates. I feel great so far. I probably feel the best that I've ever felt in a long time, and that's clearly not because of the birth control, because I just took it out, but I think it's the fact that I'm taking control over my life and taking control of my body, and just being more aware of what I put into my body, being really good about exercising and just trying to be a lot healthier. So I think that's helping a lot. As the weeks and months go on, I'll try to keep updating you guys more and more with symptoms and what have you as we get further along into this process. But I just kind of wanted to come in and say hey and do an update. So I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks.